Hey, what's up, fam? Today we just finished episode 6 of Gen V, and this is going to be our reaction, some thoughts, and how we really felt overall about the episode.
So let's talk about some of the important things in this episode that kind of stood out to us, kind of sets the tone to what's coming next. Like some of the things Cypher's kind of going through. Because, by this episode, we all know that Cypher wants Marie for one reason, which is her resurrection ability, which I think everybody at this point kind of wants her for that. At least Jordan is speculating that this is Marie's new purpose. Yeah. And other foes and other people are going to start coming for her. She basically puts everyone in massive amounts of danger at this point. And that's kind of the tone they're setting in this episode.
Yeah, I mean, when you're one of the most powerful soups in the world, I mean, that comes with a lot.
Yeah, and you can resurrect humans from the dead.
I mean, yeah, there's really no limit to what she can do to the body, really, at this point now.
Yeah, she can make them float. She can rip them apart. She can put them back together. She can basically create her own Frankenstein if she wanted to.
Yeah, and it'll be interesting to see how the powers progress.
All right, guys, before we move on, please do us a favor and like and subscribe. We would appreciate it.
So I wonder what's going to happen with Kate and Marie. We're definitely going to see something here before the end of the season where Marie does something, some type of ability, power, regeneration to Kate. Either Kate's abilities get back together, like her head, her arm gets better. I mean, yeah. I'm curious to see the extent, like, can she fully replicate a limb that's been missing? Or is she just going to, like, help her brain get back and repaired?
Yeah, I was thinking that too, because throughout this episode, you constantly see Kate. She's very sad, very broken. I saw a part where she's like putting on a hat just to hide her broken head. Yeah. And I'm like, dang, this is sad. That what they did to her. Did they even say sorry in the right way? Like, I know she did terrible things to them too, but at this point, I think they're pretty even.
Yeah, I mean, she has a missing limb, her head's cracked wide open, and her powers are pretty much done. Yeah,
she's like the useless one. I don't even know why she's there. She's in jail, basically, right, in prison with no abilities, no reason to even be there in the first place. Trying to help them is kind of ruining her life. And at this point, she's asking for Marie to help her get back to normal.
I mean, they had to kind of do something with Kate. They had to nerf her some way because her powers are pretty OP.
Yeah, I can see that. Because then she would easily be able to take out multiple people. So I guess, you're right. This is a sort of nerf to keep her and to keep the story going.
Yeah, just to calm her down because she is a very powerful soup as well. Even though she's not physically strong or anything else like battle-wise, but the moment she touches you, it's a wrap.
Yeah, absolutely. Now let's get back into Cypher because I feel like he's an interesting character only because there's multiple things that they hint on, especially that Cypher is probably not a soup. Which I don't think he is at this point.
Yeah, I have so many theories around this.
Well, my theory is, right, you guys at home, tell me if you caught on to this, right? Godolkin has some type of mind control ability, right, for soups. So Cypher is most likely using that mind control ability and controlling the other soups, which is how he's getting into their heads and whatnot. So he's most likely not a soup. He probably is a human because Maria already said she can tell who's a soup and who's not. Mm-hmm. So that wasn't thrown in for no reason.
No, it definitely wasn't. They gave us that tidbit for something.
Exactly. So it has to be that they're hinting on that he's using Godolkin's mind control abilities. And I know you have other theories, so go ahead and take that one.
All right. Yeah, so my theory is a little crazy fetch, but I think there's some ground to it. And it's basically the fact that I think Godolkin and Cypher are one. And I think that from what I've seen, that Cypher is Godolkin. Somehow either like that Cypher is a puppet of somewhat and Godolkin is controlling him and using his powers through Cypher and then pushing through to then at that point, kind of like almost like a consciousness puppet. He's pushing his consciousness into Cypher and from there, Cypher is running around doing his bidding. But it's not really even Cypher. It's Godolkin in another form. And I get that theory because we've seen some random things also sprinkled throughout this season, right? When we saw that Jordan, when she was being controlled by Cypher, say that, oh, well, I felt you and I knew that you were in pain all the time. Like that was another key thing why did they say that?
Yeah.
Why would Cypher be in pain? He looks perfectly fine. Mm-hmm. But Godolkin's technically in pain all the time. He's a burn victim in a freaking hyperbolic time chamber.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
So I don't know. It's a pretty interesting theory. Let me know your thoughts, guys. I'll be interested to hear if anyone else has some type of thoughts like that. But let's see where it goes with the rest of the season.
Yeah, exactly. And then some of the other strange things in this episode that stood out to me is how Marie's sister, it kind of reacts with her. Like she's almost like ungrateful that she brought her back to life. Ungrateful at the abilities that her sister has. She also has this hidden anger inside of her. Mm-hmm. And I think the part where Victoria's daughter is questioning her and talking to her, which is kind of like the writers threw in to kind of show us that she might be able to develop in, I guess, befriending her sister.
Right.
And them having a normal relationship, because Victoria's daughter doesn't even have a sister or a mother, so she's kind of like excited at the idea of having someone older that she can trust and love.
Yeah, I agree completely. I like that they added that because, I mean, the beginning of the episode was all just tons of hate and shade thrown to Marie, which didn't make any sense to me because once we found out that her sister was a soup.
Yeah, she should understand the issues that Marie's going through, especially being a soup and seeing, the type of life that they're all living. And it's not even their fault.
No, not at all. I mean, it's technically their parents' fault.
Yeah, exactly. Well, another interesting thing is too, because like Marie explained to her, like, I could see the V in your veins. I don't think her sister's privy to that information to even understand the V in her veins in the first place.
The line that she said? Yeah.
It's like, unless she's been doing investigation work on her own or something, it's like they're telling her things that she shouldn't know, and she's acting as if she does know it.
Yeah, that's the thing about this season, man. There's a lot of weird, glossy moments through the writing throughout this whole season.
Yeah, exactly.
Like the other moment when they went into the library and they just found a library that was abandoned. But
a vault library.
But
with internet.
Internet, had power, had phone lines. Like,
what?
I mean, I get for the story, like they had to, I guess, to continue the plot. But that was kind of a plot hole in general, too. It's like, what's the odds or the chances of that?
Well, the fight scene in the library was pretty cool, though. The big Viking guy came out and they obviously couldn't beat him. He's insanely strong. And then Victoria's daughter just like eats his head. I did not see that.
Yeah, that was disturbing.
Like, just imagine how terrifying that is. You're just like the hugest guy on the set. And you see like this little girl and she just comes out and we're like, hi. Because that's what it felt like, right? It felt like It or something. Like a little It creature just came out and was like, hi, what are you doing? And he just starts eating his head. I was like, wow, did not see that one coming.
Poking his eyes out. It was pretty gruesome scene, but in true, boys Gen V fashion, it was done right.
Yeah, I almost forgot that girl existed too.
Yeah, I love that they brought this in with the cameos. He's been doing a lot of cameos this season.
Yeah, and I feel as an actor, that scene probably gave her some nightmares. There's no way a child that young could live through that and be okay. There's no way.
Without a doubt. So I honestly was expecting Marie to actually do something against the Viking guy. I thought she was going to step up her powers again and like blow him up or pop his limbs or something like that.
Well, perhaps she's a little tired after bringing her sister back to life and kind of almost blowing up everyone's heads. Or maybe a little scared to even use her abilities at that point.
Yeah, very good point. Very good point. Another interesting tidbit that we learned in this episode was that Godolkin and Cypher are working together on the same goal, unified for the purpose of soup supremacy. Yeah, what were your thoughts on that one overall, on the scenes that we learned, or the info we learned in this episode?
Yeah, the soup supremacy thing is interesting because I think no one is truly clear on whether or not Cypher or Godolkin want to just control the soups or they want them to be completely free and roam the world as gods. Mm-hmm. But we do know Godolkin's original idea was to create the perfect soup. And apparently it started in the 80s, so it was a long time ago, which I think was the scene that kind of like started the school in general, right? The fire, they burned them, everyone thought he was dead. Then they named the school after him. So that's pretty cool. I just wonder how many other soups might still be around from that program. And I'm still very confused on how Victoria kind of connects. Because she had the same abilities as Marie. And I'm not even sure who was stronger at this point. Because I feel like Victoria was a lot stronger than Marie.
Yeah,
Wouldn't you agree?
She definitely is. I mean, but she's also more like in tune with her powers.
Yeah.
Marie's still kind of getting there.
That's true. She's still kind of childlike and feels that she can do more, and maybe Victoria couldn't bring people back to life. That's probably definitely true.
Definitely, and I think at the end of the day, coming back to the Odessa project, really, and what you mentioned in the 80s project that they worked on was really to create the God tier soups. And Homelander was the first version of that. And now we learned in this episode, which was huge, that Marie is the second to that program. So she, in some type of level or another, is at the same level as Homelander in power.
Yeah, because they said all the other children failed. But then you also wonder, like, Marie's sister, if all the children failed, then where did she come from?
Yeah, there's a lot of questions. Again, this is part of the thing where I mentioned this season, like, just kind of glosses a lot of stuff over.
Yeah, because I'm wondering why wouldn't her sister also be considered part of that program?
Yeah.
Why would Vault give them another child that wasn't being experimented on as well?
Yeah, and I mean,
I don't see Vault doing that.
Coming back to your point too, like Victoria Newman was she was also adopted. She was part of probably some type of Vault program as well. So like, where does she fit into this?
Yeah, maybe her dad is kind of hiding something, which,
Like Edgar?
Yes, exactly. And I'm wondering his intentions too. I'm sure everyone is as well. Leave some comments on this because we're still wondering, like, what exactly does he want? He wants Marie, but for what reason in general? We do know that obviously all the nations and anyone else who figures out she can do what she does is going to want her.
Yeah, she's going to become like the new Mother Teresa.
Basically. I mean, just wait till Homelander finds out, which is what we're trying to hint at as well in the future, right? Is Marie and Homelander eventually going to battle this out?
Yeah, I can't see Marie joining them or Vought just because she hates him so much, unless they use blackmail, like with her sister, and that seems the direction they're going with,
Pam, Jordan, could be any one of them.
Yeah, I really, but I feel like something devastating is going to happen before the end of the season.
I think Jordan's going to die soon.
That's where, yeah, I think so too, guys. I hate to say it, but I think that's going to be one of those main points in this season.
Yeah, I think Jordan's about to take an L. I can tell he's he or she is very apprehensive, very scared, very nervous. You can just feel the tension that, Jordan's going to go soon.
Yeah, and that would make a lot of sense too, why they built their relationship up so much this season with the whole I love you and the virginity thing,
Yeah, absolutely.
Because it's going to be a hard-hitting message when Jordan's gone.
Yeah, they about to kill him off, man. That's going to be a hard one.
I think that's actually crucial to her development as a character because that's really what's going to separate her, draw the line between her and Vought. And at that point, she won't join Vought at all for whatever it takes.
Yeah, I wonder if Cypher will ever get his dad resurrected back to health. Or not his dad, his partner, whatever you want to call him.
Yeah. So let's talk about some theories for episode 7 coming up this next week. The episode did end with Marie leaving Edgar's compound with Kate, who's trying to, get repaired back. She sees that her as her only hope. But it makes us wonder, I think she's going to try to strike some deal with Cypher.
You think so? I think that could be interesting. I wonder where she's going as well, right? Because I'm pretty sure that compound was pretty safe for them. But maybe she's worried about everyone else. She's taking her sister's words to heart. That she's a danger to all of them, and she no longer wants to endanger her sister.
Yeah, I definitely could see that. And I think the reason why made me think that she's going to try to do a deal is because she wants her sister to have the life that she wanted back.
Exactly. So it's a self-sacrifice moment.
Yeah, I mean, one thing we know about Marie so far about this season, and last season we didn't see it too much because it was more evolved around the school stuff, but this season more so is that her sister and the relationship is everything to her.
Ooh, so maybe we will see that Godolkin resurrection after all.
Yeah, I think that is probably going to happen.
Yeah, so that's the theory for the next few episodes.
All right, fam. Well, that wraps up episode 6 breakdown from us. Let us know your thoughts. What did you like from this episode? What did you hate? Stay tuned. We're going to be covering episode 7 breakdown this coming week. So we'll see you on the next one.
Take care.